Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving together into Open Ultra League with the team that got me my ELO Reveal for this season. So we're gonna start off with Stunfisk up in front, while at the back double legendary will take over with my favorite Pokemon and the mascot of this channel, Shadow Zapdos. So right here we're gonna see Tapu Fini in action first because we're gonna use those serfs, and right after the Moonblast to annihilate down this unsuspicious trainer. And look at that, we can still guarantee the knockout because this is just a crunch and we can definitely farm down with the remaining water guns. So we kinda have the upper hand here, but still we can still reach to that surf that we are gonna draw the shield, which is pretty great. And to be honest, right here we cannot go in with our Stunfisk, so we need to start spending those shields accordingly to our Zapdos. And to our surprise and good fortune, we're having now the best alignment ever because Steelix has to face my Stunfisk. So over here we might be in kind of a deep trouble, but still with those two shields up I have nothing to be worried about because right here they might get to their shield, but still that next earthquake will still do more than half, and we can guarantee that the next earthquake right after this will most likely destroy down the remaining HP that this Steelix is having. So I'm just gonna press the earthquake as soon as I get there, and they are trying to catch on their Tapu Fini. But with all those debuffs, they can still survive. So what I have to do here is to return to the battle with Shadow Zapdos and reach to a double drill pack. One for the Tapu, one for the Steelix since it's gonna be extremely low, and that's gonna be an easy victory for our team to start off the video. Well played to my opponent, but Shadow Zapdos is merely unstoppable. Into the next one round, we're having up in front the Swampert, so horrible, terrible lead. We need to get out of there to our Tapu Fini, which happens to be the safe switch as well, and we're being met up with that Ninetales. So what I like about this team is that can draw out threats like this pretty easily, since we're having Stunfisk at up in front and Tapu Fini on the switch, while my Shadow Zapdos then can do a lot of solid work at whatever remains at the back. So also we get coverage against Steelix, which is kinda everywhere, so that Tapu Fini and Stunfisk can absolutely handle that threat, leaving room for Shadow Zapdos to destroy down whatever remains at the back. So Moonblast here will not be appreciated by Swampert, but they are gonna take it, and right after they will farm a lot of energy. So I will return to the battle here with Stunfisk, knowing that they're gonna throw the Hydro Cannon. We can definitely survive one, and right after we're gonna switch out into our Shadow Zapdos. So I'm gonna be a little bit too respectful here. Perhaps I could go for them to let that go through, but it doesn't matter. We can still reach here to that drill pack, and most likely they're gonna take one and let the second one go for the shield, but they can still survive. As you can see, this is Ultra League after all. So right here I'm just gonna get to the Stunfisk, and of course this Rock Slide will be more than enough to destroy down the remaining HP that this Granbull is having. Into the next one now with the Cresselia up in front. Not the best, but still not the worst. Kind of an even matchup, to be honest. It is just gonna take a while to be unfold. So at this point the Grass Knot is all they can throw, and my Earthquake is all I can throw. But they decide to block. This is really huge for my Shadow Zapdos, getting that shield advantage super early into this battle. So another move is coming off, another Grass Knot, and we can still respawn back at them with another Earthquake. So this time they will take it. Look at how little damage our moves are doing, and perhaps we can still survive the next Grass Knot with this. Look at that, and right after another Earthquake is coming back to back. So yeah, they can still survive, no big at all for them, and we can still guarantee that they are gonna spend their energy because we're getting super close to the next Rock Slide, and they would not like the fact that they need to spend the second shield for sure. So right here I'm just gonna come into the battle with my Shadow Zapdos, start farming up a lot of energy, and as soon as I get to the double drill pack I will throw my first one. So they decide to let it go through. Finally Cresselia goes down with a lot of synergy, and at the back they have two Pokemon that might struggle up against my Tapu Fini. So over here I'm just gonna let whatever they throw because they have a Poliwrath, and this is looking pretty wonderful for us. And now the Moonblast will not be appreciated by the HP that Poliwrath is having. We can also farm down before they reach to their next move. So here comes now a move from that Giratina. It is gonna be just an instant power, we can survive, and right after we can respond with a heavy hitting Moonblast once again. So they decide to block here, and that is not a mistake, but still they cannot handle the damage that Shadow Zapdos has to offer. So Drill Peck number 1 will not do enough damage, which means that we still need 2 more of those Drill Pecks. However, we're still on that first one, and we need only 2 more Thunder Shocks to get to the third Drill Peck. Can we do it? Yes, we can, trainers. Down goes now Giratina, and that will conclude this battle into an amazing victory with Shadow Zapdos as our closer. Into the next one now, and we're having Tapu Fini up in front, while Stunfisk will handle this threat. I'm just kidding. We have to switch out into our Tapu Fini, and since we know that they have a Tapu, I'm just gonna let the first move go through. It ends up being a Moonblast, and I did not want to spend the shield because perhaps they could go for the bait or just switch out eventually, and here is the switch. So yeah, we can still do a lot of damage with our Moonblast and the Surf on that Giratina, which is pretty great. So at this point I'm just gonna return into the battle with Stunfisk and try to farm all that energy that they have. So down goes now Giratina, but first they're gonna throw another move. Okay, I see you, another Dragon Claw, and down goes now Giratina. No, what is happening? How many of those Dragon Claws do you have stored up, trainer? So right after we're gonna face the return of Tapu Fini. We got the Earthquake, and of course whatever they do here, they need to be respectful to my Rock Slide, so I'm pretty sure we can draw a shield. So yeah, here it is, and at the back they have a Como, which is great news for my Shadow Zapdos. Let's get here to the Drill Peck for big damage on the fighting type Pokemon, and another one to thread the shield out of existence. The battle is definitely not over yet because we take so much damage from those Dragon Tails, but to be honest, at this point we're having the upper hand, so I'm just gonna let that move go through, and since I have the 2 shields, I will keep them alive for my Stunfisk, knowing that we can farm down Como and eventually reach to the Rock Slide to finish off that unsuspected Tapu Fini with a lot of finesse and style by our Pokenose Pokemon. So yeah, this is gonna be an amazing victory. Now let's move forward into the next one because let's see what they have, and I'm pretty excited for it. So finally a very good lead, and we're gonna see the switch out to the Drapion. I'm gonna stay in a little bit, perhaps I will go here for the Earthquake, not gonna go for a weird bait or anything, just gonna overfarm a little bit more, making them think that I'm overfarming to throw the bait, but instead I'm gonna throw the Earthquake. They are gonna take it, Drapion goes down in one simple shot, and at the back they have an Alola Sandslash and a Shadow as well, which can be kinda deadly for my backline. Hopefully though we can still reach to another move, to another Earthquake to annihilate down this Pokemon, but this time they will absolutely expect it. So yeah, pretty good block if you ask me. Into the next matchup here, and we're having Tapu Fini on the switch, so they're gonna bring now Ninetales. Perhaps they think that we're afraid of Alola Sandslash, and guess what? Yes, we are afraid of Alola Sandslash because we got a Pokemon like Zapdos at the back. So over here I'm just gonna throw the final Surf, and they're gonna go down. So this is looking pretty wonderful now because we got the shield advantage. Even though they can still outspeed us here because they had a slight energy advantage, I'm pretty sure that a double Drill Peck might just do the trick here. So I'm just gonna press the first one. They are not gonna block, which is a pretty brave call to be honest, but still they're getting so much damage even from the Thunder Shocks, which means that if we can block here we can still guarantee the knockout, and that's gonna be a great victory for our team. A very bad lead once again. Let's return to those bad leads, right? With a Scavalier up in front, now switching out to the Tapu Fini, and you know what's coming up. The Drillon will be the correct choice. So yeah, right after we're gonna see Walrein going in, and that is gonna be the first Walrein that I saw this season, which is kinda weird, but still, here it is. Another Moonblast will come out of my Tapu Fini, and I think that this time it will do a lot of damage. So this Walrein here has also a debuffed attack stat, which means that we can still survive the Earthquake, which is impressive, and right after Stunfisk can go in. Whatever they throw here we can easily take it, no reason, no biggie to shield. Look at how little damage now they can do, and right after we respond with a heavy hitting Earthquake on that Escavalier. Down they go in one shot, Tapu Fini at the back, and unfortunately for us we do not have Thunderbolt over here. So what can we do? Bait? No, we do not do that here. Instead we're gonna throw the Zap Cannon because that's what big boys do. Look at the damage output, one shotting down a whole ocean of of those Tapu Finis, and right after we will try to farm down completely with those fast attacks. Not gonna throw any energy because they have the shield, and yeah, that is gonna be the end of that wall rain. Into the final one now, trainers, and we're having Aurorus up in front, so this is looking kinda good for us. Still not the best in the world, but it's kinda manageable, and absolutely we can get a soft win out of this matchup. But they managed to catch one move on that, what is it, a Golisopod? Okay, so we can definitely switch out here to our Zapdos, and this is looking kinda good for us because we can still tank one move while respond back at them with a heavy hitting Drill Peck. So they will try to block here and still throw the energy. I'm pretty sure I can reach to the Drill Peck since they threw now, and I'm gonna do exactly that, trying to press for that second shield of theirs. So they're gonna pop it out, and right after we're gonna return into the battle with Tapu Fini and not our Stunfisk, because we know we can survive whatever they throw while still farm a quite good amount of energy out of them. So here comes now the move on my Tapu Fini, gonna let it go through and then switch out into my Stunfisk. I know that both of my moves are gonna be super effective, but Earthquake will do so much damage on that poor Aurorus, and we can still farm down a lot of energy in the process with our Mudshots. A triple Weather Ball is coming out of that Pokemon. Let's put it back into existence. Actually, extinction, not existence. That was the correct term, extinction. And right after, we're gonna see that they have a Virizion. So pressing here my Earthquake will mean that we're gonna do chip damage, but also will kinda stall them down so that I can switch out into my Tapu Fini. And now with the Moonblast ready to go, we're just gonna secure the victory, and that's gonna be a magnificent ending into this super good and well video. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. So my starting elo was about 2150. I hope you enjoyed today's content, and if you did, just show your appreciation with a huge like before you go from this video. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel if you are new to my content, and with that said, I just hope to see you all into the next one.